Hi everybody, I'm Teresa Perrin. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. Today I want to discuss with you HAL and why I believe that it is going to absolutely go on a massive run this week. It does have a catalyst, which I am going to discuss in this video, as well as go over the price action and why it's been on my daily watch list for the past week. And congrats to you that took this play with me. Oh my gosh, we crushed it. I think I started cashing out my weekly options at 300+% gains, and they just kept going up from there, guys. As usual, I was scaling out, which I think is the right way to play it. And it was just a phenomenal play. And it's, in my opinion, going to continue. So let me discuss why with you and what I'm currently looking at. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you do get my morning daily watch list, guys. There's been some real bangers lately. And again, it is a watch list, so not all of them are going to take off. But, we had some really good plays this week. PBR, HAL, I sucked, unfortunately. But I think ABCT is going to have a good week as well. We had Mullen. And I called out IMPP as well, guys, and I really think that that's just getting started. So anyways, let's get into it. And please, if you could smash that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. So first of all, let me tell you what Halliburton is. Halliburton Company is an American multinational corporation responsible for most of the world's hydraulic fracturing operations. So they do the materials, guys, needed for fracking. In 2009, it was the world's second largest oil field service company. It has operations in more than 70 countries. So the reason why I'm very bullish on this week is because they do have upcoming earnings that are scheduled for Tuesday, October 25th. And look at the history of the past beats that they've had in the last 3 quarters. Guys, they've been phenomenal. They beat EPS and they beat revenue. And their last beat was 9.48% beat on the EPS and a 7.83% beat on the revenue. Now, guys, I'm going to discuss what articles are saying regarding this year's earnings towards the end of the video. So be sure to stay for that because I do believe that it's going to be absolutely phenomenal and that this play literally has a long way to run, as well as we're going to discuss what some analysts are saying. So Halliburton on Friday was up 7.04%, guys, and an additional 1.62% in the after hours. And in the past 3 months, they're up 21.22%. Now, those of you that follow me know that I love playing options in this ticker because, guys, it's been just absolutely phenomenal. And I knew on Thursday it made no sense. They got an analyst upgrade, which we're going to talk about. And I think it was the day before that night before they got the analyst upgrade and they dropped. Guys, this is market makers screwing with people. They dropped it to get those option prices cheap and to fool people. And then it freaking took off like no tomorrow. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw me say that this doesn't add up. And it didn't. But this is a game, guys. This whole thing is just like playing a game. And it's sad that the market literally has turned into this. But it really is. And you just have to know how to be on the right side of the trade and how to play it and how to know when something doesn't add up. And, you have to know that 2 and 2 don't always equal 4 in this market. And when it doesn't, you have to think, why would they be doing this? So I hope you guys were smart enough to hold if you did have those options or to sell and buy back in because guys, they really paid off, that's for sure. So anyways, Halliburton was given a price target from Jefferies and a buy rating, $40 price target. So that's, a substantial move to the upside, guys, that I actually think we could reach or reach close to this week if earnings do what I expect them to. Now, 28 analysts have rated HAL. This is not a crap ticker, guys. Their consensus is a buy. 54% give it a buy, 18% hold, and 25% a strong buy. And look at these price targets. On a low end, it gets $32. On a high end, it gets $53. And on average, it gets $41.49. Well, currently sitting at $33.88, which I think is what they closed at. I think it was actually over 34. I'd have to go back to that for a minute. But regardless, there's a long potential to the upside to go from here, guys. And I do believe that we're headed in that direction. Now, also, if you look at the technical analysis, it's giving off a strong bullish signal for short, medium, and long-term moves to the upside, guys. Pretty substantial here with only 6 bullish and only 2 bearish signals that it's given off in the past month. So, and 3 neutral. And guys, look at this. Even just on Friday, it gave off another bullish signal. So, looking really, really good in my opinion. As far as Fintel goes, guys, shorts, I'd like to say they pretty much covered, but there still is a 2% short interest, which is not significant by any means. It's small, but that would take 1.7 days to cover, believe it or not, because this is not a stock that gets a ton of volume on a daily basis. And there's plenty of shares out to borrow, 10 million. I think you'd have to be out of your mind to be shorting the stock right now, but that's my personal opinion. And the cost to borrow is very cheap, 0.25%. Now, clearly some people must be out of their mind still because they are continuing to short this stock, and maybe it had something to do with the market makers and the options pool, because I think a lot of options went in the money this week that they hadn't planned for. Now, the current short volume ratio has been for the past 2 weeks between 43 and 62%. And on Friday, it was tipping that high end of 59%, which I can't understand that by any means, guys. That's crazy. But as you can see, these FTDs are insignificant because they can borrow them with the shares available. So they haven't really come into play. But I'd like to also point something else out to you. Notice how the share price was going down from this. I took it from 9.15, right? So at 9.15 at $30.40, they had 1,496 failure to delivers. But notice they fill those when they drop the price down to 28.37, and then fill them some more when they dropped it down to 27.08. But then, guys, something happened. As the price continued to go down, people were buying this up. Look at this. This I don't think they planned for. At $24.58, they increased to $27,849. Then, when it went even lower at $23.76, they ended up with 67,977 FTDs. And look at this. At $24.74, now people were just eating this stock up. 176,000 FTDs, guys. For this stock, that's pretty significant. You can see these spikes. Now, the price has only gone up from this point. I mean, we're talking about in the last 3 weeks, this stock has gone from $24 up to where it is today at $34 actually. I think it hit 34 on Friday. That's a huge increase in just the past month. And I can't wait to see when these numbers come out, what it's done to the FTDs, because guys, they could be sitting on a lot of them. And that could be showing why we're only showing a 2% short interest. Fuel for thought, not 100% certain on it, but I want you to think about that. Now, I just want to go over real quickly what the analysts are saying as far as earnings and why I am very bullish on this. And then that will be we're going to wrap it up there, guys. So let me get into that. Hi, Teets. So, October 18th, Reuters said, oilfield service firms are poised to deliver the strongest third quarter results in years, as demand for equipment and services has risen despite supply chain snags and higher costs from inflation, according to analyst forecast. Schlumberg, which is ticker SLB, and Halliburton, ticker HAL, and others have struggled to regain pricing power after a 2016 price drop. The oil market crash during the pandemic in 2020 stifled hopes for a rebound. Evercore's West forecasts Schlumberg and Halliburton will top Wall Street consensus estimates, with Baker Hughes delivering inline results after pre-announcing headwinds from currency translation and LNG facilities that delayed service work. Baker Hughes kicks off the sector's earnings on Wednesday, followed by Schlumberg on Friday and Halliburton on October 25th. Now, guys, Schlumberg killed it, which is what earnings. They did really well on their earnings, which is what helped HAL go up on Friday, because I think people are seeing that this field is going to start moving to the upside, right? Schlumberg could report per share earnings of 55 cents from 36 cents a year earlier. Halliburton, a profit of 56 cents from 28 cents a year earlier. Guys, they're saying that Halliburton could double their profit. That's crazy. I mean, that's a huge beat if they do that. And Baker Hughes, 25 cents up from 16 cents a year ago, according to IBES, Refinitiv estimates for the three. So, guys, I do believe that Baker Hughes also beat their earnings. I'd have to go back and double check that because I don't follow them. But I know for a fact that Schlumberg did. And I expect Halliburton is going to as well. And that, you know, this ticker is going to continue to just go on a massive run. And in fact, we could start to see numbers that, you know, resemble 5-year highs very soon in this ticker. So definitely keep it on your radar this week. Again, guys, earnings is on Tuesday, and I believe it's in pre-market, but I'm not 100% confident on that, but I believe that's what I read. Anyways, guys, I think it's going to be an exciting week for HAL, and to those of you that took the play with me last week, congratulations.